Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the latest movie review from us here at Flick Direct, and for today's movie review, I'm here to talk to you all about Wish. So Wish is the latest animated film from Disney in which we follow a character named Asha who wishes a star, but she gets a more direct answer than she bargained for when an actual star comes to join her. And that's all I'm going to say about that. This was a movie that I legitimately knew nothing about. I didn't know the plot of this movie. I didn't know how really it looked, other than I guess maybe seeing a second of footage, but I knew that Chris Pine was a voice and a lot of Ariana DeBose and Alan Tudyk, so literally I was pretty much watching this film as blind as a bat. I'm really happy to say that I really enjoyed Wish. The voice performances here are all fantastic. Whether it's Ariana DeBose, Chris Pine, who by the way I thought stole the entire show, Alan Tudyk, who I didn't realize it was him, and he has moments in this film that genuinely had me gut busting. I was laughing so hard. The animation in Wish I thought was such a cool combination of the CG animation that we all know from Disney, but also kind of like a hybrid cross to the old Renaissance animation of, what's it say, Pinocchio, Snow White. It felt like essentially a hybrid of what could be the future of Disney animation with a legacy and a loving tribute to their animation style of the past. And I thought that the animation crossover looked really, really nice. This particular Disney film felt like it was like a loving homage and a love letter to Disney's past while also saying hello to Disney's future project. But also a love letter to Disney fans, whether you're old school or newer Disney fans. It just felt like an overall a loving tribute to Disney and Disney fans in general. Wish has lots of references, and there are some references that I thought were actually very, very clever, and there are some bits of it where there was a reference where I was just going like, okay, that was actually really, really cool. One thing in particular that I must talk about is the music, or I should say the musical segments in Wish. The segments in Wish, one in particular called, well, I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but it's a segment that Chris Pine sings, and this was by far my favorite song of the entire film. It's a song that mainly I put on loop because it's just that darn catchy, it's entertaining, and Chris Pine does a great job singing that song, absolutely. But at the same time, there are some issues that I think that hold back Wish from being the next Disney classic. While there is one song in this movie that was a true standout, the other musical segments in Wish just didn't really do it for me, as the opening song I completely forgot about. The end song, in which there's like a final battle going on, again, it didn't really stand out to me all that much. The musical segments in Wish, I thought that while they were definitely enjoyable, minus one song, they aren't songs I'm going to be recommending everyone to play all over and over again. While there are definitely loads of references in this movie, I feel like this movie isn't quite as great as the movies that this movie is references. Like, in particular, there's a couple of references that are definitely like very, very on the nose, to which leads me to the thing that I don't think this movie needed. This is a movie, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, has tons of references, and not only do I feel like that there were some references that just didn't have to be there, but there were some references that were just a little too on the nose. Like, in particular, there was one reference that legitimately made me go like, do you really have to have that in there? Because that just felt totally unnecessary and forced. It's a movie that references a lot of old Disney films, but I feel like this movie wasn't as great as those movies that this movie was referencing. This is a movie that I feel like that does take its time to find its footing. Like, the first 10 to 15 minutes, I feel like stumbles quite a bit. Overall, once Wish does find its footing, Wish is an enjoyable, it's an endearing film, and for a film that's celebrating the 100th year anniversary of Disney, it's a movie that I definitely do think is a nice homage, it's a nice love letter, and I definitely think that it is a film that is really good for the entire family, especially for Thanksgiving, and I'd absolutely recommend that you all see Wish for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed my review of Wish. If so, please hit that like button and also share, and don't forget the subscribe button and the notification bell for our latest movie review goes live. If you guys want to see our previous 2 movie reviews, please click it right there or right there. And then, of course, until our next movie review goes live, we'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for when our reviews, interviews, and news go live.